Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about Snowfall Season 2, Episode 1. Like, OMG. They're acting all Scarface. We got President Reagan with his fraudulent self there too as well. Knowing he had Alzheimer's. Knowing he was trying to push Noriega out because he wanted to put his people in. And he created all these fugazi laws where they can just come and harass people. And if the United States, they put in laws then when Reagan was in office, that if you ever, if United States ever consider you a threat or a terrorist or a destruction to the country, they can take you out, take your money, take all your access, take everything that you have, and they don't have to, put you behind bars. All they have to do is just take your life and that's it. And then it also gave way to wiretapping and listening to conversations and not having the okay. You can just do it, especially if you consider to be harmful and a threat to the United States, which gave them the power to use this towards regular people and demolish regular people. So we have that going on. And then we have Teddy. We get to meet Teddy's, brother and father. And we realize he don't like his father at all. He could care less if he lives or dies. Like, OMG. Then we got Lucia trying crack. I'm like, come on. And now we got Franklin. He's the boss man. He's in charge. And his whole family is down with him now. He put the whole block on. Everybody's eating. And Teddy and Franklin's hood. I can't think of the name of the documentary, but it's about, FBI agents and CIA agents and also former cops too as well. They have a documentary where, it's in South Central California, it's in LA too as well, where they talk about how they put the drugs, the crack cocaine, and the guns in like abandoned buildings on train tracks, and where they would lure the gang members and people in the neighborhood to go seek out that stuff that they put in their neighborhood and then start to make money too as well. So this was all trickery from the jump street. It wasn't just like, black people came over here and put drugs in the community and wanted to sell drugs and all that other stuff. So it was trickery. Like, Franklin always said last season, the game is rigged, and it is very rigged. And Franklin's trying to make a way out for himself and his family too as well, because he went to private school. He is smart. He is intelligent, but he just didn't have the money. He didn't have the money to go to, the best college that he wanted to go to. His parents couldn't afford it, but he did go to better schools, a better high school, and he didn't get enough of a scholarship too as well. So moving on from that situation, let's get into Franklin. Franklin is in charge. He's the man. He's in the business. He's taking over. He's running things. And it seems like his cousin Jerome, Uncle Jerome, and Auntie Lou are down with him. They got his back and they're working together as a family. They're doing it all one-on-one together, baby. And, Franklin's mom is not down with this. She's struggling. She's still trying to pay the bills, whatever she's doing out from work, because she was fired from her last job. But Franklin sneaks in the house every now and then and pay the bills and take care of things for mommy when mommy don't know. But it seems like Franklin is big time with his family, and they're running the hood. They have drugs coming in in and out the hood, and ice cream trucks where they're feeding the kids ice cream and candy and stuff like that. But in the other bags and tater chip bags and different gummy bear bags is where the pushers and the dealers can come and get some drugs and put it out on the street, because the crack rock has exploded and the crack rock has destroyed the community. Some people are still addicted to this day from crack rock. And black people didn't make it and put it on the street. It was given to them. It was forced to. We're going to take all your opportunities away. But, this is one opportunity right here to sell some crack cocaine. So, and then we had Reagan Fugazi ass with Alzheimer's in the office. Somebody else running his campaign the whole time. So, moving on from that. So that situation was like, okay, Franklin has come up. Everybody's looking up to Franklin. Franklin's making the decisions. He's rolling the dough. He's rolling the cash. He's rolling the money. And right now, we've seen that Franklin has came through a lot. Last season, he went through hell and water to get to where he's at right now. He almost got killed twice, got into accidents, got kidnapped and all types of stuff. Had to kidnap people too as well. And, just just reckless business that he had to endure, and meet up with Javi, the crazy dude that's going to be fronting him his drugs and giving him his drugs. Now Franklin is there walking in like he's the man, going to see Javi like, where's my weight at, where's my money, I mean, where's the drugs? And Javi was like, I wanted to see you, I wanted to see what's going on. I even came fond of Leon too as well. So Leon, Kev, and all of them, they're doing good, they're cool. So this situation, so everything's good with them. And so let's move on to Gustavo and Lucia. Lucia is trying to take over her family business. She has taken over her family business, her uncle's business, and her, father's business too as well. But she's trying to get in business with new people that used to work with her family, and she's trying to show them the crack rock or whatever. And it was like, well, you want to sell this? You think this is so strong? Then you try. And she had to try the crack rock. I wouldn't have tried no crack rock. I wouldn't have been smoking no crack, baby. You try one of your boys in the hood can smoke this crack, not me. So she ends up trying it. She falls out. They like it. Their mother comes through, and Lucia asked the mother, she said she'll front over all the drugs, she'll front over all the security, the safety, the money, and the routes and the routes for them to use, to smuggle the drugs in and out of the United States. So it seems like it's an offer that the woman can't refuse, but we'll see if she takes it, because the woman looks like, the woman was asking Lucia questions. She was like, and Lucia was like, I thought we came to talk about crack. She was like, I talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. I was like, oh no, she's getting it. So that situation is going down. And then Lucia's lost long cousin Pedro, the snitch, the no gooder, the goody two shoes, turned on his cousin in a minute, was down at first, but then turned his back. He watched his father get killed. He know Lucia and Gustavo did it, because he turned on them first. So now he's showing up back at the warehouse. And what is he looking for? I wouldn't trust him, Lucia. I wouldn't trust him, Gustavo. I would take him out and get rid of him. Like, he gotta go. Like, there's no way that you can trust him after that. So I don't know how they're gonna do that. Then also Teddy was supposed to be bringing a shipment to Lucia and Gustavo, but it didn't happen because somebody ran off with the plane. So Teddy has to find somebody to drive the plane, and so he finds his brother Matt, and his brother Matt is a Vietnam vet, and he was talking to Teddy, and his brother was having a conversation. They was talking about coincidence, they was talking about irony, the right words to use. So this, to me, their conversation is going to set up for the season of irony, coincidence, and things like that that's going to be going on, where we see now, Teddy's able to meet who is Franklin, and he's going to see Franklin, and I don't even know if Teddy knows that they turn into cocaine into crack rock. They're crack rocking it now. So let's see how that plays out too as well. And then on top of that, once he gets his brother to fly the plane for him so he can bring the shipment straight to Lucia and Gustavo, he needs somebody else to, deliver drugs, because now we find out that, homeboy got arrested, Javi got arrested. So back to the scene at hand, when, Franklin and Leon went to go see Javi, because Javi wanted to meet them, wanted to talk to them, and he didn't want the yes man to come through, so he wanted Franklin to come through. Franklin was like, time is money, Javi, like, you wasting my time or whatever, I'm here, whatever. And Javi was like, I got a little bit left for you, so it won't be a waste of a trip, but I just wanted to see your face, And Franklin was like, come on, man, that's all you got for me? He was like, and so Javi was like, I remember when a hundred was enough for you. I was like, oh God. But he was like, things done changed and got big. Now all of a sudden you hear Javi tells his boy to go get the drugs. You hear boop, boop, boop. It's the sound of the beast. Boop, boop, boop. It's the sound of police. So the police is coming through. They're doing a search warrant. They're raiding the spot. And, Franklin's like, what they saying? What they saying, Javi? What they saying? He's trying to find out what you saying, because they're speaking a different language. Because they don't speak English. And so then once they realize it's the police, they're running. They're jumping the gate, jumping, running. But I think Leon, either he was slow or he wanted Franklin to get away, because the cops kind of started shooting. And luckily the cop didn't shoot to kill them in the back of the head, usually what they do. Especially, we all know about the LAPD. Who's worse, LAPD or the NYPD? I don't know. But they worse. So Franklin gets away, but Leon gets caught. Leo. He gets caught. I think it's Leo. Leo gets caught, and it's like, damn, he gets caught. He gets arrested. So now they got to try to bail him out of jail, and that's going to be a situation too as well, to bail him out of jail, because, It's going to cost money. And so now this is when Teddy finds out that his man that buys half of his product from him, which is Javi is been arrested. And then he gets the files and he sees Leo's name, and then I think it's Leo, sees Leon's name. He sees Leon, and then he sees Franklin picture, and he knows that they have something to do with Javi. He has to find out if they're going to be snitch and they're going to be able to sell drugs, or they're going to be doing this and that. I don't know what he's going to do with Franklin, but it seems like it's going to be some irony going on and some coincidence going on with the situation too as well. So now moving on from that, so now we have Franklin trying to bail out, Leo, trying to bail out Leo, and I'm never gonna get his fucking name right. Trying to bail out his boy, Leo, and so Leon, trying to bail out Leon, and then he goes with his uncle Jerome, and they're at the Bell's Bomb, and his Bell's Bomb is like it's gonna be $5,000, blah, and the third. So Franklin tried to act like he didn't have that much money. He was gonna lay low. He's gonna bring the money later, but it was too much of a scene where the Bell's Bondsmen realized that, okay, this dude is really holding. He got weight, especially dealing with Javi. Javi has these felony charges, gun charges, all the drugs, but Leon, only thing he had was like he has priors, but he's being charged with, I guess is this an arrest or a 64, something like that. They said he was being charged with, and his bill was going to be $50,000, and so they were going to wait to bail him out because Franklin didn't want to make it seem like it's a big deal. And that's just when Jerome was like, well, you made a big deal up in there. So then that's when we get back to the situation where this is so crazy. So they end up bailing out Leon. They end up bailing out Leon, and once they bail him out or whatever, everything's all good. They're talking about Scarface, they chilling, but right now they need to find out what are they gonna do for a supplier or connect. They need a supply, they need a connect, and so that's gonna be a situation. But before then, somebody breaks into the house, Franklin, his Aunt Lou and Jerome's house, breaks in there, and then while they're in dead of sleeping, Franklin's sleeping, he's knocked out, he's sleeping like a baby, but Aunt Lou and Uncle Jerome, pat, rat-a-tat-tat on your ass, got him. And then Uncle Peaches took forever to get him. I was like, Peaches, what took you so long? Did anybody leave the back door open? Was the back door? And it was like, nah, it was jimmied. And so then they take the mask off them, and they find out that it was the Bell's Bombers family members that did it. And so that's when Jerome was like, it's your fault, Franklin, because you was acting like you didn't have it, act like you had a stash somewhere, like it was a big deal, like you didn't want them to know. So they've realized that you probably you was holding. So that's what happened. And so then they're panicking. Aunt Lou, she's going crazy, she's wilding, Jerome's wilding, and that's when Uncle Peaches, aka D-Ray, steps in, was like, you know what, me, you, Jerome, we'll get these bodies, we'll get them out of here, we'll drive them somewhere, put them in a bag, and that's it. And you two, stay here, Franklin and Auntie Lou, and clean up this mess, and everything will be all good. So they was like, okay, sound like a plan. That everybody needed some directions, and you see Franklin was just like, he was just like shocked, and then he was like, and so then Auntie Lou was like, what's taking him so long? And then Franklin was like, it takes a long time, to bury a body, And she was like, how do you know? Because he did it before, because remember, he buried a body. The first dudes that robbed him, he got them back. And so he knows it takes a long time. So Franklin has went from an ultimate good kid to, he won't come after you unless he have to. He won't be violent unless he has to. He won't treat you like crap unless he has to. So he's ultimately still the good person, but he has to change because he's dealing in a violent game and in a violent world right now. And then also, he's smart too because he has the education too as well. Then plus his father was, he ran the Black Panthers back in the day. So, and he grew up in the Black Panthers type of military mind too as well, because his father was one of the leaders, and he remember going down to the Black Panthers office and running tickets and food and things like that. And his mother was a part of that too as well. But his father got messed up when he went to Vietnam, and he got addicted to alcohol. So the Vietnam War really, hurted the Black community because it took the Black young man out of the community, and a lot of them got addicted to heroin. A lot of them caught HIV over there in Vietnam, because they were using needles, and they wasn't cleaning needles back then because it really wasn't a big epidemic with HIV or AIDS at the time. And then they got addicted to heroin, snorting it, sniffing it, shooting it, and then the alcoholism, then watching people blow up and getting killed and not knowing why. It was just like, you know, especially for African Americans, it wasn't a really good thing at all. And I have an uncle that was in the Vietnam War. He flew jets. He flew, and then he became a mechanic too as well. When I remember him, he was straight. When he went to the war, he came back, he was gone. I was like, oh, that's because he went to the Vietnam War. Brilliant guy. Brilliant guy. So moving on from that,